Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little, expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and in your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Thank you for the super sticker. Oh, I see the comments now. Thank you so much. I didn't know it was still on. I told y'all I can't. Something is going on with my sound, and hold on. Let me try something. 1 second. Hold on. Okay. Kimberly Black all the way through the commentary. What? Shout out to William again. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you. I'm just so tickled because I didn't even realize it. I'm gonna have to figure it out after the show because I don't know why I can't hear the sound from my computer and it's turned up. So I don't know what happened. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this stupid computer. But anyway. So back to the commentary though. Hey, how you doing? What's up, you Lachey? Okay, so as far as like back to RNY. So anyway, they had she had wanted them to come over to her channel, Pizza and them, and she also said that TMO was invited. You know, she used to be really cool with them and Bree and Lady Mika and all of them, and she still, you know, supports, you know, drops down and things like that. But as far as like being on their panels, that's been, you know, she's been absent from their panels for a while now. And I had said the other day that I do understand, you know, both sides, you know, as far as, you know, they feeling like, well, because you got a new guy, you know, can't come over here anymore. You know how some people are with new relationships. You know, they felt like, you know, it's partially because maybe possibly envy for the reason why she's not over there anymore, because maybe they're not that cool with envy. You know, some people in this sector, they've been knowing Envy for a long time, and you know, based off of things that they may have seen or heard over the years, some people are just not really cool with him, like they are or like were with her. Like, you know, they were like really, really cool friends, right? And so she had dropped down over there in YTC's chat one day and started speaking to Pizza, and you know, she was like, you know, I think we should have a sit down, not headed by Georgia was the first one who mentioned it in the chat, and it would be a great idea. Now, the thing where a lot of people was kind of like skeptical, or like, you know, just a little suspect because they was thinking, well, maybe is this some type of, you know, to help just get her numbers up, or you know, because she has a new channel, and why didn't she try to reach out to them, you know, when she was, you know, just only doing commentary or shows with Envy. And you know, on her side, she's like, well, you know, the ladies, they're not really cool with my man, you know, they said some negative things about my relationship, and not just a lot of people. A lot of people from day one, when they found out that they were together, like, oh my God, him, oh my God. And then there's people who are, I hate when people throw the jealous card out there. Oh, they're just jealous of your relationship. I heard somebody say the other day, have you seen what Envy looks like? Now, I ain't throwing no shade. I'm just going off of what I heard, okay? Just repeating what I heard. What up, Barry Carey? Hey, Blended Healing and Dion. Thanks for joining me this morning, y'all. So, I hate when people throw the jealous thing around. because more oftentimes than not, it's not a jealousy issue. We hear that all the time in this sector. Somebody jealous, somebody jealous. That's the reason why they not, talking or, whatever, why they beefing. And I don't think it has anything to do with jealousy. Hey, Diana from Brooklyn, good morning. And I don't think it has anything to do with jealousy. I just think it has something to do with, again, what people's perception of her men is and why they might have said some things about the relationship. So I can see both sides when I say I understand why if you got a new man or whatever and your friends don't like your man or they're always talking about your relationship or putting your relationship down, saying, you don't deserve, he don't deserve you, whatever. I can see why she might have distanced herself from that. But I really feel like this situation would not have grown legs to this point where they're both like it's up and stuck if maybe she would have came to them much early on. Like we found out they were dating or whatnot how many months ago, last year. And I think after just distancing herself, and I'm not putting this on all on her, I'm not doing that. Maybe, either her, Peace, or any of them, could have maybe earlier on had mentioned it or something like why, this, or can we have a talk or can we chit chat or something like that. But this is the way it played out, right? So the conversation took place. It was supposed to take place over there on RMY's channel, but RMY happened to be live with Envy one day, and they was in the chat, and Pisa ended up hitting the panel and having a conversation. Actually, that was on TMO's. I'm sorry, that was on TMO's channel. And Pisa was on the panel, and RY dropped down in the chat, and she ended up hitting the link because they was having this ongoing conversation in the chat. Envy even dropped down, and he was saying his 2 cents, and So anyway, they was like, just hit the link. Everybody was like, please just hit the link. She hit the link. They had a conversation. Tried to have a conversation. It didn't go too well at all. Envy got up there. Goosey started, you know, talking or throwing his little shade or whatever at Envy, and so Envy left, and RY eventually left, and then RY was like, she still wanted to have this conversation at her house. So that's what took place the next time. When they went over to her house, I really thought it was going to be a conversation with just her and Pizza, or maybe TMO, maybe even Bree. But Bree, I heard, don't want to have no part. That's what I heard. That Bree didn't want to have no conversation or whatnot. So, and thank you, Dion. Thank you for telling them to hit the like button. Thank you so very much. I'll be forgetting to say that stuff. But so, Bree wasn't going to be there, but it was going to be Pizza and I guess TMO. Now, I also felt like, why did all those other people hit the link? I understand that Jessica B and RY, they really cool. YouTube ship, whatever you want to call it. We were under the impression that they were like besties, BFFs. I don't know who first said that, but I know several people heard it. Even I saw Jay Dunn say in somebody's chat the other day that she had heard it. People, who was that? Was it who was that? I forgot. Stacey Robertson, because RMY was discussing this the other day. And she was like, I don't understand why you guys thought that was my bestie. I consider her as like a big sister or something like that. So, she cleared that up when she gave her final response the other day. Now, when she hit the panel, I didn't expect her to hit the panel. I didn't expect the other people to hit the panel. We all thought it was just going to be a conversation with Pizza and RY. And I think that was like the second problem because, again, the first problem, I think that maybe if they would have tried to hash it out earlier on, it wouldn't have been so much built up tension over all these months. But, this is the way it played out. But the second thing was to allow those people over there because I know RY said that she wanted to feel safe in her own space. She wanted to protect her own space, her peace or whatnot. But with having a conversation or sit down with someone, I felt like it should have been just with those two. And I'm sure a lot of y'all agree. I've heard other people, say the same thing, that it should have been a conversation with just those two. We saw how it just went so left field. So I didn't even understand what was going the hell on. Good morning, Sassy. Welcome back again. But I did not understand what was going on, and I guess it was because I did not know the history of Pisa and Jessica B. I really never even heard Jessica B like go off like that before. And I'm like, I've been around these parts for years, and maybe I just missed it because we can't see everything. But I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa. And then when Mr. West hit the panel, somebody else hit the panel. He's trying to calm Jessica B down, and you shouldn't be telling you this. You too big for this, or you too good for that, or And she's like, fuck that, her kid, my kid, whatever. You know, she started it. I was like, whoa, what did I miss? When did all this happen? What did Pizza do? What did Pizza say? What did I guess this goes way back or something like that. But still, yet I was just in confusion. Like, why the hell are all these people on the panel? It just went so left. It went so fucking left, right? So Pizza, a lot of people was like, Pizza got ambushed. A lot of people feel like Pizza got ambushed. Now, I know that people were saying, maybe this should have took place over Lady Nika's, because it may have been. I'm pretty sure Lady Nika would have made sure that there was no hostility. Not a lot of people hitting the panel, just these two ladies, and she was just gonna, be the mediator or whatnot. I think that probably would have worked out really well. But now it's to the point where why she doesn't want that. When Lady Nika went live the other day, I was actually live, and Jay Dunn had dropped down in my chat, and she was like, "Oh my God, I think Lady Nika is about to have a conversation with Pizza and RY." And I was like, "Oh, bet." So of course, people don't normally like people to drop down. Hey, somebody live. It wasn't nothing like that. And I told Jay Dunn, "Thank you." Thank you. I appreciate you letting me know that because as a commentator, content creator, I want to go over there and I want to see what's going on. So, and I wouldn't have known she was live if Jay Dunn would have said that. But when I went over there, I was like, okay, where are the ladies? Where the ladies at? Come to find out, RY didn't show up. Now, I did not know that she had told Lady Nika that she declined the conversation. And so when RY was giving her final response, she was like, she heard VS, and I haven't seen VS because lately I've just been missing her. And then she puts her membership on the highest level that, is just so high. I don't think anybody's paying for that level, but it's so high. So I've been missing her last few shows. So I've just been getting tidbits from other people. But you said I'm so lost why RY is going through this. Is it the right? I don't. Is it a rite of passage? I don't think that's it, Diana. I don't think that's it. Now that's just my opinion, though. That's just my opinion. I don't think it's a rite of passage thing. I think that feelings were really maybe hurt, and there was a lot of misunderstanding. Good morning, Sue Carter. How you doing? I think it was a lot of misunderstanding. Like it's kind of like okay, so what we perceived was almost every time those ladies went live, right? We saw RY. A lot of us got to know RY really good. We got to know her as being, very opinionated. Um, she say shit with her chest. Uh, she would give commentary. She would also give a little kiki, sometimes a little shade. You know what I'm saying? Nothing no different than other people around here, right? Just up there doing her thing with the ladies, whoever, chat she would hit, right? And so we got really familiar and used to that, and the ladies did too. And then on top of that, from what they're saying now, they never really knew that she really wanted a channel to discuss beef sector shit because from what TMO said, she was told that she wanted to start a vegan channel or something like that. So when we hear things like RY saying the only person who's really help her grow her channel or promote her channel is Envy, some of them, feel kind of offended. Like, well, we never knew you wanted to start a channel, because basically what she's doing with Envy is beef sector content, which is like the same shit that she was doing over there. So they never thought that she wanted like a channel because she was over there for a long time. She's been on Envy's panel for a long time. And then just recently, she started trying to grow her channel. Now she claims that she does commentary on other platforms, and that could be possibly true because a lot of people don't have platforms on YouTube, but they might be on TikTok, IG, Snapchat, Facebook, stuff like that. So she says she's not unfamiliar with having her own platform, it's just she never really took this one on YouTube seriously. But now she is. You know what I'm saying? Now she is. So it's come to the point where it's like if you have a girlfriend and you see her almost every day. You see her almost every day. But they meet a new friend or a new guy, you're not really cool with that person. See, me, when I know some of y'all are just like me. I've had friends who don't really get along, right? I might have met them at different eras, different times of my life, and they don't see it for each other. They may even have something happen years ago that I never knew anything about because I met this friend here, I met this friend there, decide to have something together, a party, a get together, or whatnot, girls' night, and the two show up. It's like, oh shit, what the fuck she doing here? I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one to have had friends who don't get along with the other one. But with my situation, I have friends who also know how to be cordial. So when I do have things, they be like, I know such thing's gonna be there, but and then time, it's like all that shit kind of died down and faded away. And because of the type of person I am, and a lot of people like to hang around me, like y'all just don't even know. We be having like parties, get-togethers, like all throughout the year. It used to be really, really tough before the Rona. Okay, like all the time, all the time. My house was like the kicking spot, right? And I used to have a group, a grown folks group. So we had like all types of get-togethers and events and things like that. So everybody liked to be where I was doing the shit, right? So eventually, over time, everybody just became cool. Now that could have possibly happened with this particular thing, but it's like, okay, y'all don't like him, I'm staying away. So that's why I said maybe if they would have just had this discussion early on, maybe like, we'll still support you. If you want to start your channel, we'll still support you. But we don't support him all that much because they just don't care for him. And that's their Pennsylvania privilege if they don't care for your man. You can't make anybody care for your friend or your man or anything like that. But if that was like a real friend in real life to me, and I'm not saying they weren't real friends, but you know what I mean, like outside of YouTube, I would have just been like, okay, y'all don't see it for each other. I'm still gonna kick with y'all. I just gonna kick it with y'all all together. I'm still gonna want to have something to do with my friend because I've been their friend for a long, long, long time. So I'm not just gonna stop kicking it with them just because I got somebody that they don't like. You know what I mean? And good friendships are really hard to find. And again, this may be just a YouTube ship. They maybe never talk behind the scenes on the phones or anything like that. But still, when you have like good relationships on YouTube, those are really hard to find. Like seriously, they're really hard to find because we know a lot of people here be with the fuck shit, right? And Kimberly Black said, "I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I'm a woman's woman. Always rooting for Right, right. Same here. And I was hoping they could reconcile and they could come to a resolution. I was really hoping that. Hmm. My friends are for my pleasure and not yours. If you can't come and support me because of my other friends, then you're not really my friend. Hmm. 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 And see, the thing about it is they're saying, like, if she would have told us that she wanted her own channel, we would have supported her channel. I mean, there still are. She's getting support from the sector, just like a lot of people when they first create their channels, they're going to get support, especially when you always support somebody else, you're bound to get support. So I always say that when people are thinking about starting a channel, go ahead, start the channel, figure out what you want to discuss, whether it's going to be beef sector stuff, whether it's going to be beef, and whether it's going to be other topics, world news, I don't know, whatever. Cooking or shopping or hauls or whatever you want to do. Just figure out your lane, figure out your niche, and you're still going to get some people who's going to support you. Maybe not as much because you're not like, focused on B sector shit all the time, and we people who are not always focused in on the B sector shit all the time, we know the numbers below when we discussing other stuff. But hey, it is what it is. We know where we at, right? We know what part of YouTube that we are in, and we know what the sector gives, and we know what the sector mainly wants, right? So yeah, but I think that if they would have possibly met on a neutral playing field, a neutral panel, it might have went a little bit more smoothly. With Pisa feeling attacked or feeling like, she was being ganged up on or, stuff like that. I don't know if she ever wants to try it again. I know RNY says she is done. RNY said, "This is it." In her Michael Jackson voice, "This is it." She don't want to have no more conversations about it. And I heard that RY said something else. Now, I don't know how y'all feel about this, but RY, when she was giving her final response, she was directing stuff to certain people who might have said things. Like one of the things that she said she heard was VS said, if you're starting a channel and you're trying to get support with your new channel, you and Envy, y'all need to hit more links or, something like that. And RY said, we do be hitting links. We just get tired of hitting links. And then we're discussing the same shit over and over and over and over and over again. And she's like, it's getting old. It's getting tiresome. And she gets annoyed. She really gets annoyed. Now, I can understand that too if you're being asked the same questions over and over and over again. But again, if the shit don't make sense to the person you're explaining it to, they might still always question. They might still speculate. Like with the situation with Pisa, we knew one of the main things that came between them two with RY was the fact that Envy had threatened her cash app, threatened her, getting her IP address, things like that. He claims now that he was trolling, but everybody who was there for it, who saw it in real time, even when he went on his panel yesterday and showed like every damn thing to do with his business, his LLC information, addresses, phone numbers. I mean, telling her that she's, could be compromising his business or his money or his career and all this kind of stuff. And he was really, really, really upset with it. And RY was there, when he was discussing it. And we saw it as this man is really, really upset. Not one time that I or other people think it was a troll move. But now it's a troll move. And we still don't believe that. Pisa still don't believe that. So when you're being asked the same question over and over again, it's kind of like the answer is that if you're trying to have an honest conversation, if you're trying to have an honest conversation that you got an issue with, honesty is key. Honesty is key. Now, the way it looks to a lot of people in the sector is that whatever he does to her is fine. That's him. That's what he's doing. It's fine. Yeah, I talk to him behind the scenes. I tell him this, I tell him that. But as the sector, we all know that when shit comes out in the open, where do people usually want to handle that shit? In the open. Nobody's saying that you got to check your man or put your man in his place or anything like that in the open. But you can say things like, "No, that's wrong. That's not cool. That's not cool. We're going a little far there." I mean, hell, when Jessica B hit her panel, and when RY brought up Lolo's, I hate when people keep bringing up that situation, but y'all know, Jessica was really upset. Like, why would you bring her in this situation? That's nothing to do with this, and why would you owe her apologize? Woo, 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 woo. Shit, Jessica checked her. And I was on looking on like, whoa, like damn, like Jessica wasn't going for the shits at all. She was already upset over the whole argument with her and Pisa and Mr. West up there, she was already upset on 10 or 11 or 12. And then when she heard R&Y say that, I was like, oh shit, oh damn. I thought they were actually going to get into it because, Jessica was being so direct with I don't know what you want to call it, shit. But I'm like, she was like, okay, I apologize, but then she said it again about Lolo's situation. And so I'm like, now that type of thing, yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Even in that situation, maybe that could have been a conversation behind the scenes. Or maybe Jessica could have just waited till she was more calm and had that conversation with her if they was going to do it on the panel. Because that right there, I ain't gonna hold you. My friend probably had came to me like that on here, friend on YouTube, or friend outside of YouTube. Like that probably would have been a situation. But RY didn't make it a situation. I'm surprised because RY, I heard her get a little snippy and get a little shady. And I said the other day that I do believe that RY can really come off the porch on somebody, right? But that right there, I was really kind of like taken back because again, I've never really heard Jessica be really upset and mad and angry, and maybe I just missed those moments. So it was kind of shocking to me to see her going at it back and forth with Pizza, and then turn some of that frustration on R&Y because of something R&Y said. So it was the whole just panel discussion. It was really really crazy. It was really crazy. But everybody knows that he was really upset. He was really upset about what happened between him and Pizza. And I just think it would have just been best if he would have just came out and said, "Okay, I'm sorry." He did apologize, but it was like just trying to glaze over it. Just trying to just smooth it out just for the sake of her and R&Y, being cool again. And that's where Pizza was getting frustrated when they did try to have that conversation the first time. It was because he was like, okay, I said sorry. What else you want me to do? Because Pizza really believes that you really meant that shit when you were threatening her. She really believes that you meant that shit. Now, just like Pizza really believes that you meant that shit, RY really believes that Lemon meant the shit he said about the bazooka. Even though a lot of us is like, man, whatever, that nigga ain't gonna do shit. They weren't. They want to be taken seriously, but on the flip side, when Pizza wants them to be serious about what affected her, then it's just kind of just okay. I'm sorry. Can we just move on? Can we move on? I'm trying to get her to 1K and then I'm gone. I'm trying to get her to 1K and then I'm gone. It's like he just wants it to be just done and over with, not really deal with the real issue. Like RY told Pizza what her real issue was with her. Pizza's trying to tell her what her real issue is with them. And it's so like one sided as far as we're trying to understand or comprehend. And it was very dismissive. Very. Hey storylines, how you doing, boo? And what's up, Sugar and Spice? But yeah, it was very, very dismissive. Hey Mitri, I didn't see you come in, hun. But yeah, it was very, very dismissive. Very dismissive. And you said, let me read some of y'all comments. I hope I didn't miss anything. Yeah, she is. I thought she was a good lady, and I still do. I still do. I still be over there in the chats. I still be liking the videos and the things I do for a lot of people. Drop down, like, what's up? How y'all doing? The same thing I do to a lot of people over here. So, and I'm glad, like I said, when she first mentioned her channel, I was like, yay. If y'all know me like you know me, like, that I'm an advocate for promoting other people's channels. If I even hear somebody say they thinking about starting a channel, I know there's a few people right now be like, yeah, she be on it. She be on it. And sometimes I got to pull back because I'm like, I don't want to pressure you. But if you want to start your channel, go ahead and start it. People will help you and we'll subscribe and we'll do this. And you'll get support. Da, 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 da. Because we need more content creators in this sector. I mean, if a certain person isn't going live or got drama on their channel, oh, the sector's dead. If a certain person is not beefing or having any drama on their channel, the sector is dead. How many people routinely go live now? And we do understand why some don't, right? We got to keep it hood. We do understand why a lot of people don't, why they no longer go live. Some people just got tired of the bullshit. Some people got tired of the storyline, the plays, and some people got tired of people taking shit outside of YouTube. So that doesn't leave us with a lot of content creators over here anymore. You said quiet, but day one, Arkansas drama had me hooked. That was crazy, child. That was crazy. But yeah, so if anybody ever wants to start a channel, we need more people in our sector. And it don't have to be B sector shit. When I heard that she was starting her channel, it was going to be like a girl talks or something. I was like, oh, okay, this should be interesting conversations, different topics, because y'all know I discuss all kind of things over here. And a lot of people, I don't want to say they're scared to discuss other type of things, but they know that it won't be widely or, that much supported by the sector if they start talking about other things. And that's okay, because the people that are for you will find you, regardless of what you're talking about. Some of y'all don't be here when I'm discussing a certain TV show. Then some of y'all be here when I'm discussing Trending News. Then some of y'all might be here if I'm discussing B sector shit. So I don't always get the same crowd, but you will still have support regardless. You'll still have support regardless. And as your channel grows and as your subscriber count grows and your views and you get really in the algorithm and stuff, you'll start getting more people supporting you than in the sector. And that's the honest truth. That is the honest truth. My highest videos, and I have some in the 140,000s, the 20,000, 17, 19, 18, 15, all the way around, okay? Those highest videos are not B sector videos. They're not. Though they're like trending news, TV show reviews, celebrity shit. My highest views is not B sector shit. So that's what I'm saying. The people who are for you, they will be here for you and they will support you. But don't look for everybody to support everything you do. If you rely on that, you'll be dissatisfied all the time. And hey, Sassy Francis, how you doing? How you doing, you guys? But that's just my thing. That's just my take on that. RY, she said she wasn't being disingenuous, no bad intentions by trying to have the chat over to her house. She again just wanted to protect her space. And again, as far as protecting her space, I guess she felt like, having it at her house, and I guess she felt like it was also okay to add other people to the panel, which did not protect Pisa at all. And regardless of what happened with her and Jessica B in the past, regardless who said what first, who threw the first insult, they should not have had any type of conversation on that show right there. So that was something for a whole nother day, a whole nother argument. You know what I'm saying? A whole nother storyline. It should have just centered around both of those ladies. Now again, Pisa, I don't think she's down with any more conversations. RY said, I guess it's up with her too. No more conversations. I know she did take that video down and put it on private, but she did unprivate it after she removed the part from Jessica B. And a lot of people, even me, I ain't gonna hold you, even me, I was like, damn, she should have left that shit in there, because even though I know she's trying to, from the outside looking in, especially for new people and for people she wants to maybe interview or, support her channel, she wants to try to keep it kind of clean, not so much drama, not so much mess, right? That's what she's trying to do. And so when Hershey had said something on Lemon's panel last week, I heard that Hershey allegedly said something on Lemon's panel. I don't know what was said. But I heard that he was down for a week. I heard she said that something happened on Pisa's panel, and she said she took that video down. So RMY was like, if y'all can do that, take videos down and delete content, why can't I do it? Why is it a big thing that I did? And again, I thought it would have been like some good content up there because she is trying to grow her channel and get her numbers, right? Like she did get a lot of views on that, but but I get it. I get it. She don't want, because she was saying something about somebody who's gonna be on her show today, which is gonna be Cruza, Mrs. Cruza. Um and she said she talked to several people about having them on her show. And I think Cruza or maybe the other person she spoke to said, okay, I'll do your show, but I want to check your channel out. I want to check your videos out. And they did. They checked some of her videos out and some of her conversations. And they was like, okay, I'll do it. So again, on that side, I do, get what she's trying to do and why she did private it and why she did delete that part. How are you blocked? ODS is blocked my chat? Huh. Huh. How are you I was just in your hold up. Hold on. Official D spot. Huh. How did you get blocked? Okay, okay, I'll figure it. I'll figure it out. Um, I don't know how that happened. 'Cause I wouldn't have blocked you. I wouldn't have blocked you. So I don't know if somebody actually did it on accident, one of the mods or something. 'Cause I haven't blocked anybody in my chat in a long time. Well, actually, I did block a troll the other day. I did block a troll the other day. But that is so weird. That is so weird. Okay, I'll get that fixed, ODS, because I rock with you. Matter of fact, I was talking about you the other day when that troll dropped down in your chat. And I said shout out to ODS because they was really, trolling under my name. And he was like, I know the hood table wouldn't allow that in her chat, which I wouldn't. And I said that the other day when I was live. I said, of course I would. I be telling trolls when they have people names as their troll name or playing off their name, I be like, okay, I see you. Just don't get in here doing too much, bothering people or stuff like that. You can be here because there's a lot of troll names out there, right? But if you're in here harassing people or something like that, then you can't do that. But yeah, so ODS had his mods block him. So that's really weird. It's working now? Oh, okay, cool. Cause I'm up here like, I know I didn't block you. Yeah, the Sim said they see everybody. That's okay. No, ODS, that's fine. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. But again, shout out to you, the other day when you did say that. And thanks for the super chat, even though, we found out you're not blocked, but thanks for the super chat. What up, lovely? How you doing? But yeah, so yeah, as far as that goes though, she did put the video back up. She just took the piece out about Jessica. I don't know if her and Jessica had a conversation after that. If it was me, I probably would have had a conversation if that was my homegirl, whatnot, because it got really, really tense over there with her and RY. Even their conversation alone, I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe this was supposed to be just pizza and RY and it turned into this. But anyway, that's all I got to say on that. They both gave their final responses, but I'm sure it's not going to be the final response. That's why I put on my live what in the final response is going on. You said the hood is content creation is hard. Like, do Consonant have to think about how to execute play storylines and cash requests before they press live? Child, I don't know. We got a new member. Thank you, ODS. I appreciate that. Now I hope my sound is working when I add Lovely to the because I don't know what's going on, y'all. I couldn't hear my music playing. I couldn't hear the 30-second countdown or nothing like that. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to hear Lovely. when she hits the panel. Maybe I might have to drop down myself. Hold on, let me see, lovely. Hold on. Is that you, lovely?
Yeah, it's me. Oh, I like that picture. I'm good today, girl. I'm good. Oh no, I was wondering, was I blocked too? I'm like, do you see me in the chat? Because
I
I
hear you
never.
now. I hear you now, boo.
Okay. I like that. I like that. I like that picture because you don't know what's gonna come out my mouth. But I wanted to know if I was blocked too because I usually be in your bushes. I never drop down. It's rare that I
Mm-hmm.
do. And I drop down and I'm like, hmm. So I feel ODS. Do you? I see ODS. So,
Yeah. Yeah, he said he's good now. Maybe it was a YouTube glitch or StreamYard or I don't know.
but did you see me drop down? I mean,
Yeah, I saw you drop down and I said, hey. Yep, when I saw you, I said, hey, lovely.
oh, okay. I must have missed it because I be walking around and stuff when I be on people channels.
You said
But
I
yeah,
got a
that's
good
all.
commercial. Which commercial was it?
Girl, it's a sexy man on your commercial. I said, come
What?
through, come through. Girl, he's sexy, he dressing and all that. I said, okay. Because, I like good commercials. Like, I watch all commercials. I really do. Because you only get, like, what, a couple of cents off a commercial. Just watch it.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's a couple of cents. That's all you get, child. A couple of cents.
yeah, but at least, I mean, it only take, like, what, 1 minute? Just watch it. But
Yeah.
yeah, girl, he was looking tasty. You hear me?
That's what's
I don't know.
up. That's what's
I
up.
know. But
But
no,
that's
I
what
didn't see him.
come through commercials in my Jay Wilson voice commercials.
Yeah, and I watch everybody commercials. I do. I mean, because YouTube ain't giving you much. So I'm like, okay, I can take a second, a minute, or whatever to watch the commercial. But some people are scroll through it. Because I used to do that. I scroll through it and just hit on you because I want to hear you. No,
Hmm.
y'all, please listen. I mean, the commercial, it adds on to the revenue. If it makes sense. It do.
Right. It really
Yeah.
does. It really does. You know,
Yeah.
and I'm not the kind that's always, asking, for a cash app. And no shade to anybody who does, but I promise you, I'll be forgetting to do it. I'll be forgetting to say like the video. And so that's why I just be having it strolling across the bottom and I'll be like, shout out to the mods because shit, if it wasn't for my mods, they probably wouldn't even know the cash app. Or, I'd be like, oh dang.
But
Maybe I should ask for a cash app. Maybe I should promote,
yeah,
huh?
but I drop down and people chat and I'll be like, put the thumbs up. It's free. Like all you gotta do is punch it. If you hear, listen to the commentary, at least put the thumbs up. I mean, it ain't that hard.
Right,
You get
right.
what I'm saying? And people, it's just so hateful. They don't want to do it. They just like, I'm just gonna listen to her, and I'm like, girl, you must be living a miserable life because I'm not. And I like to share joy. I like to uplift people, must say. Not cuss them out all the time. I just had a good weekend this weekend.
Well,
Cussing
that's good.
everybody
I'm
out
glad
on.
you had a good week. I had a good weekend too until last night, and that's what I'm about to roll into. I don't know if you want to stay up here for this, but I
No,
had
I'm
to
gonna
call
drop
the
down.
police on my neighbor. Okay, honey, thank you for jumping up here, and I appreciate you, boo.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So I don't know what it is. I have to unplug my microphone to hear. So I don't know what the problem is. Why I can't hear with my microphone plugged up. But so just to catch up some of you guys on what's been going on with my neighbor. Some of y'all have already heard the story, but I've been over here for like 5 years. I never really had a relationship with my neighbors as far as a neighborship, not relationship, but like a neighborship. When I first moved here, I got into it with the lady who lived in the house, which is my neighbor's mom, because of their dogs kept digging under my fence and they big pit bulls, and I have a grandson, and all that whoop whoop. So I had to get into it with her several times before they took action and put up extra fencing and gravel, rocks, all that kind of stuff to try to keep their big pit bulls in their yard. But it was really tense. I had to cuss the neighbor out. It was really tense. This was like when I first moved here, right? Ever since then, I never really had any words. I don't know their name. They don't know my name. That's so when I say we never really had any type of neighborship at all, it's like I might see you and say head nod or hey, something like that. My son's come and go. If they see the neighbor come out the door next door, they might do the head nod, hey, something like that. No conversations at all. So then about a month ago when I was sitting outside, it was really hot here, 90 something degrees, one of those hot winter going into the spring days. And I was sitting out on my porch late at night. It's about 11 o'clock. And my neighbor came out and said, he came out to smoke a cigarette. And because he lives with his mom, that's his mom's house. And the man is like he appears maybe 45 to 50-ish, somewhere around there. Maybe older. But anyway, he came outside, and while I'm sitting on my porch enjoying my music and enjoying the nice weather, he's like, hey, neighbor. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, do I look different or sound different? And y'all heard me tell this story about, 3 weeks ago. And I was looking at him like, how the fuck am I supposed to know? I don't fuck with you like that. I don't know. And I said, is everything okay? And he's like, I don't know. Just people keep telling me I look different and act different and I talk different and all this. So immediately I'm thinking, well, he must got like some things going on upstairs for people to be like telling you that something's off or wrong with you. Like I'm like, is the man on drugs? So anyway, I just hightailed my butt in the house because it was late at night. I stayed by myself. I'm a single woman. I do have like, a security alarm and, I do got a pistol and, things like that. I got security cameras all around my house, but still I'm like, it's late at night. I ain't nobody out here but me and him. He on his porch, I'm on mine. I just went in the house. But I did tell my sons about it, right? And I told a few friends about it, right? So then on the night of, and I remember the day so well, and I showed y'all the video footage. Like the next day when it happened. But on the night of the 3rd, it was a Thursday, my grandson spent the night, and the man, he came and rang the doorbell. My doorbell, never, ever, ever have stepped foot on my property in 5 years. He rung my doorbell at 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, hello? And I ain't going to show y'all that footage because I already showed that footage before in the past. But I said, hello? And so it was late at night. And he was like, I'm on your front porch, or I'm on your porch. I'm at your door. He said something like that. I said, yeah? What do you want? Well, I just want to chat with you. And I'm like, it's a little late for that. It's late. It's like 11 o'clock. So he says, well, okay. Well, do you have some coffee? Because I don't have no coffee and I would like some coffee in the morning. And I lied and said, I don't drink coffee. I said, no, I don't have no coffee. I don't drink coffee. And most of y'all know I do drink coffee like every morning. And so, but I lied and said I didn't have no coffee. So he was like, okay. And he left. He left. And then that was the 3rd. Today is the 12th. So last night, my grandbaby spent the night again. And it's just crazy how it be when he's over here. Like when my son drops him off, it's been those times. And so he came over last night. Now, mind you, the last time was 11. Oh, I didn't tell y'all the whole complete story from the first time. Okay, my bad. Let me back up. So the first time when he was asking me, do I look different, act different, or anything like that, right? After he said all that, I was like, I don't know. I was like, is you okay? And then he said, I'll be over there later to talk to you about it. Now, mind you, that first time when it was warm outside and I was sitting outside, it was 11 o'clock at night. And he said, I'll be over later to talk to you. Now, that was the main reason why I hightailed my butt in there, because he said he would be over later. And I'm looking at the time. It's 11 o'clock at night. What the fuck you mean you coming over my house later? It's 11 at night. It's dark. And it's just me and him out there. And I'm like, why can't you just tell me what you want from your porch? Because we can hear each other, obviously. Anyway, he didn't come over that night, so I didn't think nothing more of it. So then on the 3rd, he came over. I showed y'all the video clip when he came over at 11 o'clock at night, talking about he wants some coffee or some bullshit. So my sons was like, man, maybe you need to call the cops. That's what they said after that time. And I said, well, it was one incident. I'm gonna just keep, I'm gonna stay on my toes, pay attention. And so then last night, my grandbaby spends the night again, and I'm gonna show y'all the video footage. But he came over again last night. This time, you guys, it was at 1:45 a.m. 1:45 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, sleep. My grandson sleep in his room, and I'm sleep in my room because my grandson has a whole bedroom here at my house. And so I'm asleep. I hear the Ring doorbell going off, and I'm gonna let y'all see the video. So let me pull that up here. Mind you, this is and let me get this stuff off the screen. Mind you, this is at 11:45 a.m. Mind you, we've never had conversations before in the 5 years that I live here, besides when I got into it with his mom when I first moved in about their dogs. No conversations. I don't even know this man's name, and he don't know my name. Okay, so let me hit mute, and I'm gonna play this footage for you guys from last night.
Hi. It may take a moment to answer. Please wait.
Hello? Hello? Did you want some company?
Excuse me?
Never mind. Hello? Hello? Did you want some company?
Excuse me?
Never mind.
Now, you guys, I was like, sleep, right? Sleep. Good sleep. And I hear my doorbell, and I have a what do you call that? What do you call that damn thing? Lenexa, or whatever you call that fucker, that speaker. Alexa. I have a Alexa speaker or whatever. So I have it set up so if somebody's at my front door, the basement, or the back door, it talks out loud. And it said, someone's at the front door. So that's the first thing I heard. And I was like, huh? And I was like waking because I'm rousing and I'm waking up when I hear that. Because the thing is that my speaker is right next to me on my nightstand. And I have it loud enough so I can hear it. And so it says, someone's at the front door. And I'm like, at the front door. So I hurry up and I grab my phone because I'm looking at the clock like, what is late as fuck? Who the fuck would be at my front door? And so, yeah, I got the Ring cameras all around my house, inside and outside. So I look on my phone to the Ring camera, and he was pressing my doorbell. And I'm like, what time is it? It is 1:45 in the morning. And y'all saw the time at the bottom of the video. So it's 1:45 this morning. And so I'm like, hello? I'm like half asleep, like, hello? You want some company? I'm like, excuse me? I was taken aback, like, are you for real? Like, what? At 1:40, nigga, I don't even know you. This is getting so weird and so out of hand. I had to call the cops because I don't even know his name. It's the man next door. And to him, I'm probably the woman next door because he don't know my name. We never had any cordial conversations. And I've been here 5 fucking years. And they've been here in that house for like 25 years because his mother bought that house like 25, 30 years ago. And so they've been on this block. And so I was like, you know what? When I get up in the morning, I'm going to call the cops. So I called the police, and here they are at my door. You see the 2 police? They're at my door. That's this morning. You know, I didn't want to call him last night because my baby, you know, he was asleep. My grandson was asleep. I didn't want to wake him up or, you know, have him alarmed or anything. And then the man, he walked back down the stairs. I saw him all the way through the camera because I can like rotate my camera around, and I saw him going in his house and shutting his door. So I'm like, I made sure my alarm was set, my pistol, I know where my pistol is, you know, and I was like, I'm just going to call in the morning. I made sure I sent the video because every time something happens, I send the video footage to my boys. And my boys wanted to come over last night. They was like, man, do I need to come over there and get my baby? Do I need to come over there and talk to that nigga? And my other son was like, yeah, we need to come over there and talk to this nigga. I said, no, let me do the police thing right now. And he said, no, for real, we need to go over there and holler at him. Why the fuck is he coming over your house late at night? And this ain't the first or the second time. He tried to come the first time by saying I'll be over later. And I was like, no, the fuck you won't. I hurried up and ran in my house. Then the second time he actually came uninvited at 11 o'clock at night. And then last night he came uninvited at 1:45 a.m. So I called the cops this morning, and child, I'm like, the last thing I wanted to do is try to make a situation worse, because we're literally neighbors. We're right next to each other. So I don't know how this is going to go from here on out, but my sons, I don't know what that man got over there. I don't know if he got some mental issues. I know they got 2 big ass, mean ass, angry ass pit bulls in their house. And it was late at night. And I'm like, I know one of my sons, he stayed strapped too. So he would have came, with his shit. And I was like, no, I'm just going to call the police and try to see if we can just resolve this with the police. So that's what I did. And you said, child, oh, the mailbox is behind the police. The mailbox is at the bottom of the stairs. It's a wooden post. It's a wooden post sticking out of the ground about maybe 3 feet, 4 feet high. And it got the mailbox sitting on the top. But it's down there where the other police officer is. So you can't see it behind that big police officer. But I don't think he's looking in the mailbox. I didn't see him doing anything like that because, I have the Ring camera right there. I just see him going up the stairs, going down the stairs. And that's what I was telling my son. Hey, Empress, I was telling my son if he wanted to talk to me, he could just talk to me a normal. Why the fuck? Like, child, I'm like, I don't know if the man is crazy and trying to and maybe be threatening or dangerous to me, or if he thinks that he can get a booty call because I'm a single woman, or don't see a man over here, or what? I don't even know your fucking name. Shit, it ain't no booty calls or none of that bullshit going on. I don't know you. I don't know you. And I'm definitely not going to be letting no motherfucker in my house that late at night that I don't even know. If something happened, I don't even know what name to give you guys. That's how motherfucking detached we are or have been as neighbors. And so it's just crazy. So I had to call the cops. I said, fuck it. I'm calling the cops. When I called when I called 911, I said, could you just have somebody come over and tell my neighbor to stop fucking coming to my house? And the lady was like, what? And I was like, this man keeps coming to my house late at night. Last night it was 1:45. I don't know why he keeps coming to my house. I don't know him. And they was like, what's his name? I don't know his name. So she said, okay, we're going to send officers out there. But if anything else happens, call us back right away. And I said, okay. So I get up, I get dressed. I take my baby some cereal and milk in his bedroom. And I shut the door and I say, stay in your bedroom. Wait till Yaya come for you, okay? And he's looking like, okay. Because he don't know what's going on. He's only 4. And so the police came. And I told them to come inside the house, and I explained everything from start to last night. And they was like, and you don't know the man, what's his name? I said, I don't know. Everybody asking me for the man's name. I don't know. I don't know his name. So they was like, okay, well, they did ask me, why didn't I call last night? I said, well, because he just left and he went and he walked back home. I saw him literally leave and walk back to his house, and he went into his house. I said, I had my alarm on, and I told the police, I said, I do have a pistol. I have a license to carry. I have even though we don't need the concealed weapons license here in our state anymore, I said I have a CCW. I said you can look me up just in case. I just let them know I do have protection. I said, so if he would have came in here, I said I would have handled that situation. But he said, well, it's okay. Good you called though. And he said, but if anything ever happens again and he comes in the middle of the night, call us right away. And I was like, okay. And I said, I didn't even know what to really tell you guys because he hasn't threatened me. He hasn't said anything really wild or crazy to me. He just wants to come over. But it's really strange. And I feel uncomfortable about the situation. So the man, even one of the police, the police that's standing down the stairs, he gave me a card. He said, if this keeps going on, we'll talk to him. And we'll go over there and talk to him. But if he comes over again, you might have to get a restraining order. And I said, what would I tell to get a restraining? You know how hard it is to get a restraining order sometimes? I'm just tell the judge that the man keeps coming over to my house and knocking on my door and asking to come in. I don't know. That's I might have to do that. I don't know. But hopefully not. But they did go over there. They did talk to him. I don't know what was said. I even had my Ring camera still on as they left, and the sound on so I could hear. But he's like one house to the south, but still with the Ring camera, I couldn't hear too much of what they were saying. So I don't even know what the police said, but they was only there for like maybe 3 minutes. So I don't know if they said, man, just please don't go over there. She doesn't want you coming over her house. I don't even know what the police said because they didn't come back. They ended up getting in their car. They sat there, I guess, did some paperwork, and then they eventually left. And the man went back in the house. So then my oldest son, came to pick up my grandson to take him home. And he was like, do I need to go over there? I said, no, the police already came. And he was like, are you sure? I said, no, because the police already came. So it don't make no sense for you to go over there and talk to him if the police has already came. So... yeah, that's threat. Thank you, Kimberly. That's threatening to me. Like, you don't even know me. You don't even know me. And you trying to come over and want it's really weird. I ain't never had no shit like this happen before, y'all. Like, never. Never. So I just wanted to give y'all a little update on that. I didn't think I would be coming back with any updates after the first 2 times I told y'all about him. But evidently, that's why I said I think something may be a little off with him, because it's one thing if you have a relationship with somebody and you might have had relations with them for them to try to come over late at night. It happens. You got somebody you fucking with, hey, you up, can I slide? Some shit like that. But for you not to know a person at all on any type of level like that, you don't even know their name, and you trying to come over at 1:45 in the morning. The fuck? I don't know if I got something written on top of my forehead saying dumb, boo-boo the fool, desperate, naive, gullible. I don't know what. I don't think I give off anything like that. So that's why I'm saying I'm leaning towards the fact that he might have some mental issues. You are being made to feel comfortable in your own home. I am not taking it lightly. You said, I understand you're not wanting to get your son involved because it could escalate real quickly. And my sons, they don't play about me. They don't. That oldest one there, when he heard me tell him that the guy, when the first time he started talking to me, he was asking me, does he look different, sound different, act different? Because that's what people are telling him. I told my son what he said. And he said, yeah, it do sound like maybe he might got some mental issues or something going on for him to ask you that, and y'all don't even know each other. And I was like, it's very weird. Oh no, the neighbor, he went, yeah, Kimberly, they went over there and talked to him. And it's so crazy because you know how when police or ambulance or fire truck comes to your block, they might be across the street or next door or whatever. And you know, a lot of people are nosy and we might step outside to see what's going on. That's what he did. He stepped outside to see what was going on as they was walking over to his crib. And I'm sure he didn't expect that. I'm positive he didn't expect that. And what's even crazier is when he came over on the night of the 3rd and rung my doorbell and said he just wanted to chat. And then after I turned that down, he asked if I had some coffee. That was on the 3rd. I have seen him like sitting outside his house. I have been outside checking my mailbox, you know, going in and out of my driveway with my car. I even had people the last few days coming by to give me quotes because I can get some things done, some landscaping done around my house. So he done seen me like outside, not a peep, since he tried to come over that last time on the 3rd at 11 at night. Not a peep. You knock on my door at 11 o'clock at night, talk about you want to chat, asking me for coffee, and that was what, 9 days from yesterday? So 9 days, not a peep. And I done seen him maybe at least 5, 6 times because he's always outside smoking a cigarette. Not a peep. And then comes over again last night at 1:45 in the morning. So that's why I didn't think there would be another issue with him because I'm like seeing this dude outside. He's not saying nothing to me since the last time. So I didn't think it would be an update going to happen. You said so she should have for about a week straight cleaning his pal. You know, when he came over that one time, when my son came to pick up his baby the last time, my other son rolled up too. So they was like, we got to make sure that he knows that just because we're not here all the time and don't still live at home, that we still can pop up. You know, my kids, they come over a lot. Sometimes just to sit around and chill, just to have conversation with me. Sometimes on their way to work, drop my grandbaby off, pick him up, you know, things like that. So it's not like they don't come over, but because he don't see them every day coming in and out of my driveway because they don't live here anymore, maybe he just think that I'm an easy target. Child, I don't know. But it's really disturbing. Hey, newbie, how you doing, boo? What's up, Just Blaze? How you doing? You said I don't want nothing to happen to you because he's a weirdo. I don't want nothing to happen to me either, and I don't want nothing to happen to him. Hold on, I think this is my boo. Let me put up the banner. Sassy?
Hey, girl.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, honey. How are you? Ugh.
I am good.
I'm over here trying to cook, and I was like, let me just give her a virtual hug because this is so concerning.
Very concerning. And like I said, I don't know where this is going to go from now. I done called the cops on him. Is there going to be more tension when I leave and come out of my house? I mean, is he going to totally leave me alone?
It doesn't. It's one of those things. I mean, my vote, I'm not going to lie. You know, I think you handled it the proper way, but my vote would have been for both of them boys to go over there and talk to him and his mama, because that's just what you know what I'm saying, that's just how I am. Mm-hmm. But basically it's one of those, like, you don't eat anything can set him off, because I think clearly there's something mental going on. And that whole conversation about, do I look different to somebody who could not know if you look different or not? But I think that was just a mental conversation with himself that he said out loud, because he's probably off his meds or something. But it is strange that it's all of a sudden after 5 years, you know, you think you would have, you know, gotten a peak of something, you know?
Very strange. And like I said, when I told about when the situation happened when I first moved here, I was telling people about the situation when when I got into it with his mom. His mom is really old. Like he's about 50 or something. His mom is probably like 75 or 80. She's really old and has health issues.
Every bit of 60 plus. I was like, what
Yeah.
are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. He looked like
So
yeah, that makes sense. She's probably 80, 85.
And so when I first moved here, their big old pit bulls kept digging underneath the fence. And it had got to the point where, they some big pits, Sassy. So it got to the point where they almost could get their shoulders through. Their whole head was already through the hole, looking around, looking up, looking around, looking at me. And so I had told them, had my youngest son and my oldest son go over there several times, please, could you do something with your dogs? Could you fill the holes? Could you do something? Because I got a grandson that be in the backyard, and me and my peeps be in the backyard. So anyway, they weren't doing anything about it. And then one day, when that dog damn near looked like he was about to bust through the fence, I had my youngest son Cam go over there, knock, 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 knock. He's standing in front of their door. I'm on my yard. They on their yard. And I was like, I didn't ask y'all nicely. Oh, girl, I showed the video and everything back then. I said, I didn't ask you nicely. Now I'm not asking. I mean, I must have flipped the fuck out on this neighbor. I still don't know them at that time.
Yeah.
I must have flipped out because I didn't ask you nicely. And your damn pit bulls is damn near underneath, like able to come through now. And so we start going back and forth. Me and the mom is white, so he's mixed. And so that's why somebody thought he was white. Sir King thought he was white when I showed the last video, but he's mixed. And so
he looks like a black man to me. Okay.
Yeah, he's black. He's really light-skinned. And with the Ring doorbells and the light on the porch, he kind of made him, I think made Sir King think he was white. But yeah, he's really fair-skinned. And so we went back for cussing. I said, if that dog come through this fence, because y'all know I got a strap. I said, if that dog come through this fence, you won't have no dog anymore. Oh no, you're threatening to do something to my dog. You heard what the fuck I said. I mean, it was bad. That was when I first moved.
So yeah, so that's 5 years ago.
And nothing since then. It was tension. It was tension because he said I had went off on his mom, and before the end of that day was over, Sassy, him and like 3 other guys was in that yard tackling them holes, putting up extra fence wires and everything. That's how bad I went off on his mom. After that, they got cameras. They didn't have cameras on their house before. They got cameras pointed it directly at my house. Because his mom must have been like, oh, she came over here. No, she,
Yeah, she pulled the white lady.
She pulled the Karen. Right. Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying. So we have never had any type of neighborship.
Cordialism at all.
Never.
So when I came back to the chat, I was listening the whole time, but when I came back to the chat, people were saying, shoots, maybe, I mean, is the mom okay? When's the last time you seen the mom?
I actually haven't seen the mother in a long time. There's other people that be coming and going, like other older people, 2 other white people be over there.
Oh, and they actually go in the house?
Yeah, they go in the house.
So she ain't in there dead because they would have smelled her. Okay.
It's other people that live there, but I don't know what's going on in that house. I really don't know.
Something has flipped his switch, right? And so I'm thinking if the mother, because you would know. I mean, I shouldn't have been so flippant about an elderly person, maybe, or him doing something. But even if she's passed, you would know because y'all don't talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
If she has passed, maybe he's not taking his meds. Like something is going on. Something triggered him. Right?
I don't know what it is, but I do know that they're getting work done on their house. Like they're getting a new roof right now, siding and stuff, because the house is kind of, it's about the same age as mine, but theirs is more run down than mine because mine was remodeled before I moved in.
Yeah.
But so they're doing work. So there's things being done on the house. I don't know if the mom is there or not. I really don't know.
Signals, when people get money, you know what I mean? And they start upgrading stuff. So I don't know. Maybe the mom is no longer here, and so he doesn't have someone pestering him about his meds. And then, girl, on the Ring camera when he was like, "Do you want company?" and then he like bucked up to the camera like, "Nigga, do you want company?" I was like, "Nobody asked you to come over here."
Girl, you probably didn't see the other video I showed, huh? When he came over at 11. Child.
Yeah, I mean, you mean what? Did you play it during this live?
No, I played it. The last time he came over here. But I can play it if you want.
Well, yeah, you can play it. What you must have described it in detail because that's the time that he asked for coffee, right?
But it was his behavior, is the way that he was acting in his
Okay,
movement.
well, play it.
Okay, hold on.
Lord have mercy, y'all. Y'all, let's send the hood table some hugs, some good energy, because those of us that are single know that this is the last thing. Like, we can't be going through nothing like this. This is concerning. This is
it's really weird. Okay, so
and you have no recourse. That's why I was like, I mean, I know you're supposed to call the police, but I'd be like, what? They ain't gonna do nothing.
And see, like I said, the first time I didn't know, because it wasn't like he was making any threats and he wasn't, you know what I mean? So, but then this time it's 2 hours, damn near 3 hours later in the middle of the night. And I was like, I felt like I have to do something because I don't want him to keep coming over, even though I'm not being
You have to do something. Yeah.
Why are you keep coming
over here? Like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, and don't knock on my door at all, right? I don't care if it's 1 p.m. and definitely not at no 1 a.m. Let's see this.
Okay, this is when he tried to come over. Yeah, this is the coffee man, Stacy. What's up, Indiana? How you doing? Now I might have to fast forward this a little bit because in the beginning he thought he rung the doorbell, but he didn't. And you're gonna see him get frustrated. You see how the ring doorbell didn't make any noise? So I don't know what he actually did the first time he pushed it. Then he does it again. And I said this was the third. This was the first. It says April 1st.
Okay. So just 12 days ago.
Yep.
Yeah, you said the third, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I said the third. I don't know why I thought it was the third. Let me forward it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, he hit it twice and waited.
Yeah, and that was the third time.
Look at him. Like,
you see his hand?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, y'all who might have missed that. I'll just rewind a little bit.
Girl, see, I got a bad attitude, I guess. I always thought I had a nice attitude. But see, that right there would have pissed me in the entire...
Hello. I'm your next door neighbor.
Yes, hey.
You say what now?
How can I help you?
Yes, I'm at your front door. Do you mind if I chat with you for a second?
I'm sorry, it's too late to be coming over.
Oh, okay. No problem. I just wanted to know if you had some coffee. Because I ran out and I need some for tomorrow.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Now, it was kind of going in and out, but I said I don't drink coffee. I lied because I do drink coffee.
Well, yeah, that's the only thing you can say. He talked about, do you want to chat? And then when that didn't work, then he's like, oh, I just need some coffee for... Right. Well, then he asked if he could have some coffee. Then he switched it to, I don't have any. I need some coffee for in the morning.
Right.
Well, see, I'm kind of old school, you know, like if you're a neighbor and you want to knock on my door at a decent time and say, I am so sorry. I know this is weird, but do you happen to have some coffee grounds? Because I forgot to pick it up. I'm that girl that's going to be like, okay, wait right here, wait outside, close my door, lock the door, go get your coffee, put it in a Ziploc bag, bring it back to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm okay with stuff like that. Right? I know some people are like, don't fucking talk to me. Don't do, I get it. Everybody has their boundaries, but that's not this, right? Like, it's been 5 years. We've already had a tumultuous relationship because, obviously you have dogs that aren't trained. That's another thing. I absolutely love dogs, but I don't want to be living by a damn dog that's not trained.
Right.
And And then so I have to go get all out of my body. So it's a whole different situation. There in no circumstances should you be thinking that we're going to be communal or cordial, because even though it's been 5 years, you got to start out with a hey, how you doing before you can ring on my door bell.
Right, right. And for the people who just came in, some of them is asking, is that the coffee man and what happened? So I'm gonna play this again for them, Sassy, the one from last night. So he came over again, this time at 1:45 a.m. last night. And I'm gonna play this right quick. Hold on, I think I got the wrong camera. Let me see. My bad. I was trying to get the right video and
Oh, that's okay. All right. I can talk to the chat. Take your time.
okay.
Hey y'all. How's everybody doing? Most of y'all I haven't seen in like 2 months. I hope everybody is well. I'm about to cook some spaghetti and fry some fish. And if you guys are just walking in, some of you guys know this must have happened. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I guess I was still on Lent, so I didn't know anything about the coffee guy, which is the hood table's neighbor of 5 years. He came over about 2 weeks ago and asked for some coffee in the middle of the night. And then now last night, he came back and asked if she wanted some company. So she's looking for that footage to show you guys what just happened again last night.
Okay, and I found it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Of course. Perch, newbie. Hey, newbie, Perch.
And you can see the time on the thing. It says 1:44.
Hi. It may take a moment to answer. Please wait.
Did you see his arm moving again, Sassy?
Then he about to buck up too.
Yeah, like he's getting upset because it's taking too long.
Like he was waiting on him.
Hello? Hello? Did you want some company?
Excuse me?
Never mind.
Bitch. Weirdo.
Just weird. And then, of course, like I said to, earlier, I had the police. They had to come out. There's a police, 2 of them, 2 different cruisers came out this morning to go talk to him. And again, I don't know what was said. They went over there to talk to him, and then they got in their cruisers. I guess filled out some paperwork because they were sitting out there for a little bit. And I thought they might come back in the house, but they didn't. They just left. So I'm like, well, hopefully this is squared away. I'm not even sure. Yeah.
I mean, listen. I mean, you know me, right? I just honestly, I mean, nothing's gonna happen, right? There's nothing that can happen. It would have been very custodial of them to come back and tell you what happened, but I personally feel like a lot of variables are in play. Y'all are neighbors. Y'all are both. They see him as a black man. Okay. They don't see nothing about no white mama. That's a black man. Okay. 2 black people. I don't know how racial tensions are with you guys in Omaha. But I feel like things are always kind of just, like passe, and also I think that they probably are thinking that y'all know each other, and there's probably just a little drama. Like, I just don't feel like, I'm not sure if they took this seriously, because why wouldn't you come back and tell me what happened? And then what can you really say to somebody in 3 minutes?
It was really quick. I promise you, it was probably 3 minutes. I looked out there, I saw them walking away. I said, "Oh, okay, I guess they done."
I mean, and not to come back and tell the person and not to take this seriously. You know, the next time you have to, if I hope you don't, but if you have to call the police, ask for a female officer. Maybe you'll get somebody that understands the levity of this situation. Because sometimes men can be very like, you know, no, bitch, this is serious. You don't come. This is a very alarming. This is not normal.
It's definitely not normal. I was saying earlier, I never had this type of stuff happen to me. And like I was saying earlier, also, you know, in certain situations where people might be in a situationship or relationship, you know, it's not uncommon for somebody to be like, man, I can't sleep. Can I slide? Can I come over? You know, things like that. But we don't have that type of rapport at all. I don't know him. Like I said, I don't know his first name. I don't know his last name. He doesn't know my name. And that's what's crazy about it, is you trying to come see somebody late at night instead of in the afternoon, or, you know, something like that. Like, you saw me outside earlier, like that day when he asked for the coffee. He saw me outside earlier because my son was dropping off my grandbaby. You couldn't ask me for coffee then. You have to wait till 11 o'clock at night when it's dark outside. And then last night at 1:45 a.m., do you want company? You don't even know my name. You don't even know my name. So you just want to go over somebody's house that's a lady and you don't even know the bitch's name. That's so weird.
It's weird. But what I want you to try to do, this is a hard one, but this is your home. It's so hard. You somehow, hood, you're gonna have to like try to reconcile this with yourself, because I mean, I think I would be really unnerved. Like, this is one of those situations that for me, girl, my daddy would be coming over there to spend the night. My man would be like, girl, I would be like so unnerved. I'm just not used to those type of disturbances. So I'm just wondering, like, are you okay? Like, I know it's new, but are you okay? A, and then B, what are you going to try to do to keep your mental peace? I know you got your physical down because you can just grab your, you know, your blicky, whatever. Nobody wants to do that though, right? I mean, peaceful.
I definitely don't. Right. I definitely don't want to do that. But, you know, it's kind of unnerving most because I don't know for sure if he's mentally stable.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. I don't know if he's on drugs. I don't know, you know, sometimes people, I don't know if he's, and I'm not trying to make myself out to be this, you know, type of woman, good looking or not. I'm not saying that he's probably obsessed or I don't know what it is.
Oh, that's what it appears to me. It appears to me that he's been eyeing you for a long time and now he off his meds. And, you know, this is a total theory, but, you know, that's what I do best. It seemed like he been eyeing you as for a long time. He off them meds and now he got the gumption to come over and he's not doing it well because he's not well.
Exactly.
That's what it seems to me, girl.
Exactly. So it's a cross between, is this man really attracted to me or is he crazy and dangerous?
No, both.
Trying to do something harmful to me. You see what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, that's a possibility because nobody in their right mind would come to somebody's house at 1:45. So that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to like ask you, where is Choreo? I'm trying to be like, girl, this is really serious, but at the same time, how are you going to keep your mental, like, you know, together and not let this, like, you know, rule your space, your sphere? Like, I don't know how to reconcile the both of those.
I don't either. I just got to stay on my P's and Q's. And again, I do have an alarm system. And I have about 10 cameras inside and outside all around my house. So no matter where you at on my property, you're going to get spotted. I have my Alexa that alerts me when somebody is outside of any of my doors or in the basement. So I have a pretty good system going on here. And then with my Glock, my 9 milli, you know, I got that. But it's like, it's just.
So let me ask you this: isn't your car?
Huh?
I'm
sorry, go
sorry.
ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I was interrupting you. What's the end of that sentence?
Oh no, I was just gonna say that's the thing. I don't know where his headspace is.
Well, let's talk about what we do know. We do know his headspace is not in the right place, right? We need to assume that he is harmful and dangerous. There's no need for us to try to, play around that, right? Because now we don't know if he's going to attempt something dangerous or harmful, but we might as well assume it because, again, nobody in their right mind comes to someone's house in the middle of the night. People in their right mind don't even come to your house in daylight. That's just not normal. Okay, so it just has to be what it is. But don't you park your car on the street?
Oh no, I got a garage.
Oh, I never knew that. Okay, thank goodness. Because remember that time we saw that car crash or something happen, or
that was Cam's car.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Cam used to park in the driveway.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, yeah, because I remember that time we saw that.
Yeah, when his car had slid down the hill.
Yes. Okay, gotcha. Okay, good. Okay, well, at least you are as safe as one can be. You have your glicky, you park in the garage. That means he don't really have to see you coming and going, right? Now, Is it a front garage or a back garage?
It's front.
So so that doesn't really matter. You go into the garage and it's not one of those like port garages. You go into the garage and then the door to the house is inside the garage, right? Okay, good. Okay.
So once I'm in, I'm in.
Once you're in, and you are now. It's gonna have to be one of those situations. Like the garage door got to come all the way down.
Yep.
Before you step a foot up out that car. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
that's what I've been doing too. I've been making sure because, like I said, after the first incident, I was like, it's not like I'm scared. I'm just cautious. I was cautious. Now I'm more cautious and more concerned now, but after the first time, it was 11 at night. So now I'm more concerned now because it was 1:45 at night. So, but ever since then, and I always do it. It's not, I watch a lot of, cop shows and stuff.
Right.
So I always, whenever I shut my garage, I always looking through both windows.
Exactly.
And making sure the door is down and nobody's coming. It's just something. I always did that, because of movies or TV shows.
Right.
But yes, but now I'm more on alert, and I make sure as soon as I put that car all the way in, push that button. So it'll go down immediately.
Yeah. And now do you carry?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have a 9 milli.
No, I didn't know, but I'm saying, is it on your person?
Always.
Oh, okay. You one of those girls. Okay.
Even when I'm sitting outside.
Okay.
Even I live in the hood. Okay,
Oh, okay. I didn't know you lived in the hood.
Yeah,
You live in the hood.
Live in the
I
hood.
thought you lived in more of the working class.
Girl, no. I live in the hood. Always have all my life.
Okay. All right.
But hold on, let me make sure this is Lovely. Lovely?
What you say, babe?
Is this you? Oh.
It's me. But Sassy is right, girl. Look. Listen, Linda, Brenda. Don't take nobody for granted because you don't know what he's doing in his home. And girl, oh Lord Jesus. And I'm gonna pray for you.
I know, that's all I'm saying, girl. Us women are like, girl, we just got to come around you and give you a hug, and we don't know what the fuck to say because we already know like this is not no normal ass shit. But at least you're in a better situation than most. You know what I'm saying? Like this is your own home. You have a
my thing was I don't mean to church. I don't need to be. I mean, okay, I would have shot that nigga. Or my
Lord,
my son's gonna shot that nigga because ain't nothing gonna happen to me. And if you put me in harm's way, and I feel like I can't, that motherfucker be looking through your window and all that creepy ass shit because he doing already creepy shit right now. And I'm like, what the fuck? Now I don't feel safe in my home. You get what I'm saying? No, we will handle that.
It just makes you mad.
But I just can't.
Girl, his ass will be unalive.
Like that, I mean,
I just don't like. I don't. Listen. I understand the sentiment, but we just need to speak realistic right now because this is going on in her real life. So all of that rah rah is not gonna really.
Yeah, I'll
It
be
ain't rah
downtown for
rah. That's
sure.
the real stuff.
It is. It is. Well, what I'm saying is that she can't kill a person because they knocked on her doorbell. So, or knocked on her door, rang her doorbell. So let's
Right.
not. So let's just try to keep it because sometimes we do those. I call them superlatives. I wish a nigga would. Okay, but this is real life for her. So in
I
real
know.
life,
And she got paper trail. She got the police. She got the goddamn ring. The next time he knocked at my door, guess what? I'll open the door and shoot his ass. I mean, you know what I mean.
No,
But
I can't. No, I can't
she
do
got
that.
she got the triple. I mean, she got it. She ain't gonna go to jail.
If he tries
Is one of
breaking in or anything like that, definitely.
he would
But
have to try
you
to. He
can't
would
just
have to.
open the door, pow, pow,
Can't
pow.
open the door and pow pow. That's
Go
that's
home.
that's
Go
that's
home.
that's capital murder. Just so
But
you
Yeah.
know.
you got a paper trail that you didn't call the police, right?
But he hasn't
Right.
caused me any
Well,
harm.
let me do this. Let me do this, Lovely. I love you to
Yeah,
death,
lovely.
but I don't
Okay.
think that I don't think she's in the mindset right now to talk like that because she just understands her rights, and that's not a right of hers to open up a door, welcome somebody in, and then shoot them, right? And we want to kind of keep her.
I'll be locked up
She'll be
forever.
locked up for life. So we don't. It doesn't matter about a paper trail and all that. So
Long
we
as
don't
she
want
don't hit them in the back.
right, but so we don't want to put that energy on her right now because it's already really nerve wracking, right? So let's just
Okay.
like uplift and just think about it.
No, but I feel for her. I really do because I don't want nothing helping her because you got a weirdo next door, and then unfortunately he's subject because he can walk right next door. It ain't like he got to walk down the street, go a couple blocks or whatever.
Yeah, that part
Right
is
next door.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, and he harassing her. Like he want to make her feel uncomfortable in her home. That's what I feel like.
You know what? I think that's what. Remember, when I was asking you the question, like, or how are you going to reconcile this? I mean, I think the only way to reconcile it, Hood, is to say he's off his meds and he hasn't been harmful to his mom. You haven't heard anything in 5 years, so he's not going to be harmful now. Like you have to find some way to reconcile this, though. I feel like because.
But why she have to go through that?
Well, because life's a lovely.
Yeah,
People,
I know. Trust me, I
this.
know.
Exactly. Like it's like, why me? And
that's
why
what I be thinking. Like, why me? I'm like,
Right.
I haven't, and it's so crazy because I haven't even being that we don't have a neighborship like that. It ain't like there was a time where he could say, "Oh, well, I thought she might have been into me," or I thought we nothing like that. Nothing like that. Even when I'm sitting on the porch. I can be sitting on the porch for hours on my porch listening to music or something. He could be over on his porch and I won't say shit to that motherfucker. I'm like, he won't say shit to me. So it's never had that type of cordial relationship or neighborship.
I really do. I think he's off his meds. And I think, like I said, and I think that he has
right about that one.
I think he's been eyeing you. And now what do they call it? What are those thoughts? Intrusive thoughts, when you do stuff that you're not supposed to do.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I think that that intrusive thought is
he feels like he's not loved and everybody loving you because I know you do the cake and all that and people be coming in and out the house and
don't know her business.
Yeah, he don't. I
he doesn't know anything about her.
I never discussed anything like
but
it. Could be on occasion. He could have.
But he she still got to come out. Wait a minute, hold up.
No,
she still got to come out with that cake. Wait a minute, hold up.
She has a garage.
Okay,
but I load them in my garage, so they don't see me loading cakes.
I don't think I think that was a good theory because but I don't think he sees anything. I think he just been eyeing her the whole time, and now his intrusive thoughts are taking over. But we can go with the theories another day. It really don't matter why this crazy motherfucker is doing this shit. The fucked up shit is doing it is very concerning. And whenever you need to click this link and come on and talk about it, just don't hesitate. And even if that's at 1:45 in the morning, if you just want, somebody gonna be up and be over here to talk to you about it. You know what I mean?
And see, that's why
Yeah.
I'm making it publicly known. Like last time I went live, I said, screen record this, take a picture of it, discuss it. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I made sure, I even sent the videos to some of my YouTube friends, I got cousins, my brothers, my sons. So every
That's
video
good.
footage that I deem is necessary, they have. Everybody knows the situation. The police know now. So, you know, the people who need to know. But I'm also letting you guys know too, because if something does happen, you know, some people are Facebook friends with me. So if something does happen, I'm sure they'll find out and they'll know. But also, you guys will know this isn't something that just happened. The hood table didn't just bow on somebody, you know, over some bullshit. Like,
So
I'm making sure I'm leaving paper trails, not only with the police, but even publicly.
So Messy Auntie says that you should call in and get your incident report.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to do that Monday. I'm definitely going to do that Monday.
Okay, good.
Yep, tomorrow.
Girl, I gotta go finish cooking. You know how to get in contact with me if you. I know you
cooking.
People, spaghetti and fish.
Ooh,
I know,
that sounds good.
okay. I know you got plenty of people to talk to, but if you need to talk or you know you want to run something by somebody, whatever, just don't hesitate to reach out.
We miss you, Sassy.
Absolutely.
Thank y'all so much. Thank you so much, lovely. I super appreciate that. But you know, I'm always in the clouds, hood table. I'll be in the clouds and I'll be thinking about you, girl.
All right, thank you.
All right, you're gonna be good. You know, you a strong bitch, and you keep it hood.
Keep it hood.
Bye, babe. Smooches.
All right. Talk to you later, boo.
Damn.
But yeah, I'm gonna drop down too. But I'm praying for you, and I hope nothing never happened because he's such a weirdo, and he keep coming back, and I'm like, what the?
Yeah, that's why I'm hoping and praying that after the police talk to him today, that is not going to be another situation. That's what I'm hoping for.
Okay.
But again, if I got the card, the officer gave me a card just in case I need to call and get a restraining order or need to set something up like that. So I'm hoping it doesn't go, you know, any further and that he gets the message.
Girl,
because he obviously ain't got the message before, but you know.
That tell you right then and there. He don't care about no restraining order. It's something in his brain, and I'm a piggyback off of Sassy. It's something is wrong with this man, and instead of the police, like, because you can call the police every day, all day. They gonna make a report. That's it. That's all. They not gonna do anything about it until something really happened.
And I do understand that with the police, that's how they are a lot of times. And even with the restraining order, like I was talking to the police because somebody asked, you know, could I get a restraining order? And I was telling the police, well, what do I say? That he just keeps knocking on my door? Weird. I mean, he's not threatening. He's not cursing me out. He's not, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even know if a judge would give me, I won't even know if a judge will give you a restraining order for something like that. They'll give
you a restraining order, but no, I don't think they would.
Because they're really picky about that. Some people, they be going through a lot of shit with people and they can't get a restraining order. So
yeah,
I'm like,
you're right about that. You're right about that.
I don't know if I could even do that.
Well, you know my motto, you know, shoot, pow. I mean, it is what it is, you know, but you're not going to harass me in my own home and make me feel uncomfortable in my own home. Mm-hmm. That's what he is not going to do. And that's what he's doing to you because he miserable. He, maybe he got an obsession with you. I don't know.
I don't know what it is. I really think it's something mentally might be off with him for him to, again, even think it's cool to go over your neighbor's house that time of night and you don't even know your neighbor. I mean, we know each other because we stay next door from each other and that's it. We don't know. I don't know anything about him. He don't know anything about me. Again, lovely, we don't even know each other's name.
What?
I never introduced. That's what I'm saying. We never even introduced each other, you know, to each other. So I never, like, even when I first moved in, I didn't go over there. Hi, my name is, and he's never come up. We never had that type of neighborship. So I don't even know his name. If something happened, I don't even know his name.
Wow. Girl, that's crazy.
Yeah, I do have a relationship with and I don't want to say a relationship with my other neighbors, but I have talked to like my neighbor across the street. We chit chatted a few times. A neighbor catty corner to me, we chit chat a few times. A neighbor on the other side of the hill, we chit chat a few times. They're all cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem with those neighbors. So
you know why? Because y'all have some interest in, how your decor is in your home. I mean, outside of your home, and we kind of communicate like that. The outside of your home, how you decorate your outside of your home. You get what I'm saying? So I understand that. But this is a weirdo be knocking at your door, asking for coffee, girl. Like, nigga, it's like, what, girl? But
I
see,
ain't nobody knock on my door asking for coffee since I used to live in the projects back in the day. They ask for coffee, washing powder, dish, soap, eggs.
Wait a minute, because I stayed in the project too, girl. They'd come down and be like, you gotta borrow soap. I said, what?
Yeah. Could I use your car? My washer broke. Could I use your washer? I mean, the projects, they ask for everything. Can you take me to the stove? I give you a couple dollars if you take me to the stove. I mean, just
right. We used to that. We ain't used to this. Like, this is weird. We not used to that.
Blown throws, SCTV. What? Good afternoon. Just here, spilling glit. What? Oh, child. Yeah. Kimberly said you're gonna come on here every day until 2027 to make sure we know you're good.
Right.
Child.
Okay, baby. I'm gonna drop down and I'm gonna pray for you, not to hurt this nigga, because I would have, but I hope he stop. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm gonna pray for you so hard. I'm gonna pray for you so hard because I don't want nothing to happen to you over this weirdo ass nigga because he fucked up. You know what I mean? He fucked up in the brain. You're not. So I'm gonna pray for you and I'm gonna drop down, baby.
Yeah. Thank you, lovely love.
All right.
All right, boo. And Gemini said, do I have no trespassing signs? I need to get some signs. I do have, oh my God, I have those things, those signs that say 24 hours surveillance or surveillance cameras, or I have that, and I have it like in almost every single window all around my house, even in my back screen door. I have one in my son's room. Well, now my baby's room, my grandbaby's room. I have one in my room. I have one in the bathroom. So it's like almost every window all around the house, I got those signs that says security camera or house under. I forgot what it said. Hold on, matter of fact, do I got one in my office window? Nope, I don't have one in the office window. But it says something like that. It says something like, it got a picture of a security camera, and and then on top of that, you can actually see the cameras all around my house. So yeah. So, but yeah, I should get some no trespassing signs. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. You said write his name on a piece of paper, pour vinegar and water in a Ziploc bag, drop the paper with what? I don't know his name though, Empress. I don't know his name. He's like the man next door. I don't know his name. I guess I could call him the man next door. Yeah, lovely love talking about just open the door, pow pow, ciao. No, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. But yeah, I'm gonna get the incident report tomorrow. And hey, Liz, I see you in here, boo. Hey, Liz. I know I missed some of y'all. Some of y'all came in here a little late. If you want to get the update, just feel free to, rewind, red ball back. But again, I hope this is the end of the situation with my nuisance of a neighbor. And then I hope it don't escalate either because of, me calling the cops on him. So I'm hoping it doesn't escalate into something else. Because, sometimes people don't like, you calling the cops on them, getting the cops involved. And I just don't know. I don't know. But anyway, of course, I'll keep you guys updated if something else happened. You said get a male figure in that house ASAP, even if it's temporary, hopefully a family member. Child, you said, do you have a dog? No, not anymore. Oh yeah, I got mace. I got mace. I got a taser, and I got a pistol. And then alarm system and cameras. So hopefully I won't have any more drama. But because I'm not used to this shit. I'm definitely not used to having drama with my neighbors, especially this type of neighbor. Because again, I think that he might have some mental issues, and I don't like to put shit on people, but I don't know what else to call it. And like somebody said in the chat, if people are telling you that you look different, act different, talk different, then it might be somebody who has a mental issue. Because when he first asked me that one day when we were both sitting on our own porches and he asked me that, I'm like, I don't know. I can't even answer that question because I don't know how you normally act. But just thinking logically, if somebody's acting different, looking different, talking different, normal situations, well, I think a normal situation would be somebody dealing with some mental issues and people telling them, okay, you need to calm down. You're not making sense, or you're not doing this, or you're not acting right. Or, so I can see somebody might having a mental issue, being told those things. And for the fact that he told me, or he asked me, I'm like, I don't know how you normally act. I see you every now and then, when you're outside smoking a cigarette, or, I don't know how you act. You say get a barking dog tape just in case he comes back, child. Yeah, I used to have one, but he went to my son, my youngest. But yeah, he said, fuck out or fuck around and find out. Oh, from Etsy. Oh, I'm about to go on Etsy and yes. Hell, I could probably make one of them myself with my Cricut. With my Cricut machine, all this stuff I got in my office. I'm looking over at that Cricut right now. I was just over there making t-shirts yesterday for some customers. But yeah, then I finally got me another edible printer so I can start putting edible images on my desserts again. Child, whew, if it ain't one thing, it's a damn another. Okay. You said, I think he may have lost some weight because his clothes are so baggy. I know he's always been a kind of a big guy on the big side, heavy side. But yeah, you said I probably can. Yeah, I probably can make that by myself. Yep. Please, girl, you did right. Call the police. Niggas are used to people not calling them. I have them on speed dial. Honey, and that's one thing. If I really need the police, I will call them. I don't like to have too many interactions with police because all of them are not so nice. And, we have police officers that be rogue and, disrespectful, racist, all the things, right? All the things. So, but these officers, they seem pretty cool when they was talking to me, getting my story and everything. But I am going to get the incident report tomorrow because I want to make sure I have a copy. Yeah, that's what I plan to do. So that's it. That's all. I gave y'all a little B sector commentary, and then I gave y'all a little update on my real life of what's going on. Again, I want to thank everybody who joined me today. Williams with the super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. D Spot, that was ODS on his backup channel. He thought he was blocked, but I don't know. I think it was a glitch or something because after that it started working where he could type. And then Official D Spot is also a new member. So thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, please make sure you like and share the video. We are again on the road to 9K. So please help us stay in the algorithm by liking and sharing the video. If you happen to be new over here, please make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bells. I try to come live, if not every day, at least every other day. Y'all know we discuss everything from the hood to the White House and anything in between, including the B sector. So we do discuss a plethora of different topics today. Tonight at 7 p.m., well, probably be about 7:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and also 9:15 p.m. approximately Central Standard Time, because Big Riz is in Cali, so he's on Pacific time. But around 7:15, 9:15, we will be live. over here doing our show from the block to the hood table. We got 2 more shows into season 2, and then we're going to take a hiatus, and then we'll come back for season 3, maybe in about a month or a month and a half after we finish these 2 last shows and start off season 3. The first show in season 3 is going to be an appreciation for our supporters who've been supporting our From the Block to the Hood Table show. We will be giving out little, I don't want to say prizes, but like gifts. Some things I'm going to make handmade myself, you know, because I'm very crafty. So I'll make like t-shirts, coffee mugs, tumblers, you know, different things like that. Also, we'll have cash apps. So we're going to have a great time when season 3 open up. You know, it's just going to be a kickback. It's going to be open panel, shooting the shit, you know, just having fun. That's how we're going to open season 3. Riggs and I are going to get together and we're going to work on different topics and things to discuss, subjects for next season. But for this season, season 2, it will be over in 2 more shows. Tonight is my show, and then my channel. And then next week, the last show of season 2 is going to be next Sunday on Riggs' platform. And then we're going to wrap it up. And when we start season 3, it'll be back on my show, on my platform. So hopefully you guys can meet us over there tonight. Again, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, approximately around that time frame. But yes, he is so welcoming, so balanced. Yes, yes, yes. We love us some Riggs. But yeah, definitely make sure you guys get over there and support him if you haven't already supported his channel. I know a lot of y'all do support him already, but I'm going to put the link down just in case. Let me go over here to his channel, and I'm going to put the link in the chat. So this is Riggs' link right here, just in case you're not already subscribed. Rig does some great commentary over there, too. He discusses a lot of things. Sometimes it's about celebrities. Sometimes it's about trending news, police crime stories. He discussed a lot of things over there on his own platform. And then, of course, when we do our shows on Sunday, you know, we come up with a topic and, you know, we discuss that with you guys. But yeah, he has a really nice platform over there. He discusses a lot of different types of content, not so much on the B sector as far as like his content goes, but he does touch on it sometime, you know, if maybe something is, you know, really popping in the sector sometimes, you know, but yeah, you said you put a link in the comments on your last post on the community wall. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I really, really do. I appreciate all you guys. So again, please like and share the video. If you want to donate to the platform, Cash App is $the Hood Table 402, or you can send a super chat. And for the people on the replay gang, the replay crew, please also like and share the video. And you also could send a donation if you want, if the spirit moves you, okay? If the spirit moves you. But on that note, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to try to enjoy the rest of my day and get ready to give y'all a good show tonight. Again, we'll be over here tonight, Riggs and I, from the block to the hood table, okay? Love you guys. Stay safe. Be blessed. Remain vigilant at all times. And always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye.